Benedict Owusu of the Joy Sports team is live and he joins us now. Hello, Benedict.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. George and I are here. Give us the latest from the Baba Yara Stadium.
Well, as you can see behind me, the Black Stars are holding their last training session ahead of tomorrow's game. All players are training with the exception of John Boy. Earlier, we spoke about how John Boy has picked up an injury and will not be part of this game. So we'll get more in terms of updates from Ibrahim Sanida, who is spokesperson of the Ghana Football Association. And he's been with the team since they arrived here in Kumasi. So he'll definitely be in a good position to tell us more in terms of the players that are in, injuries, and those that have joined and those that have opted out. Sani, thanks so much for joining us. I mean, what's the update in camp?
The camp is lively, bubbling. Can you see here?
Yes, I can.
Singing, drumming, and dancing. Everything is nice, and everything looks to be falling in place.
You look so excited. Is it about the Uganda game?
Absolutely. It puts us in a good stead for qualification. I'd say if we win the rest of our matches, we are through to the World Cup, and we have to work towards it. And the players realized that before we got off the bus, we got the result, and you could see it was an extra motivation for the players to say that we want to win all our matches to get to the last leg. So we are poised. The boys are ready. I'm seeing energy, verve, and commitment. And we hope that to trickle down into the result we all want. All the players we expect are not here yet. We expect Richmond Boachi-Adam to join us latest by tomorrow morning. Lumo just arrived. You can see him jogging. He was chasing a deal. Just told me that the deal did not materialize, but still more hours counting. But even in their absence, a lot of the players have endeared themselves to the hearts of those who have come here to watch them train. And we are confident that we can get the victory we need. And if we get an emphatic victory here, it dampens the spirit of the Congolese going into the second leg, which will be played on Tuesday. If we get that result that we need here, and their spirit is already dampened, we can get the result there and puts us on a very, very firm position in qualifying for the World Cup.
Richmond Boachi-Adam is coming in because Raphael Jamina is out. Have you guys contacted Raphael Jamina, and what's his state of mind?
Well, the state of mind is buoyed and quite encouraging. We are just getting information that he actually trained this afternoon with his club in Switzerland. So it tells us that in the long term, it's not a big worry for us. So in the future, he can join the team and also contribute to the team's success. It's good news all around today, Benedict.
What's the issue with John Boy?
Well, John Boy had a thigh sprain. He had, in preliminary tests here. We wanted him to have another test in Accra, but his club have ordered that he should come back for treatment. So we've allowed him to go.
So no replacement for him?
No. That is because we've got adequate replacement in his position. Somebody like Atamalawe is originally not a midfielder, he's a defender. So he can slot in comfortably. Jonathan Mensah is here, so he can partner Daniel Amate. And there are many more players who can play in the centre-back position, like Partey can also play there and all. So we've got lots of options available.
Some few fans that have turned up here are in ecstatic mood. Are we expecting more of this tomorrow?
I bet it will be more than this. Tomorrow is a holiday, Eid al-Adha. People will be in a holidaying mood, and the result in Uganda will also put people in the mood to want to come and see Wonders today. And given the performance they had in the previous match here, I think that people will come in their numbers.
Sani looks very, very happy, and you can't begrudge him because the results coming from Uganda after the game against Egypt tells you that the Black Stars just have to win this game that they're going to play tomorrow, and if they do that, obviously they can enhance their chances of making it to the World Cup 2018 in Russia. Well, my brother Delali has joined me. Dela has been following the team since they arrived here in Kumasi, and we've been hearing from him on radio and as well as on TV. Dela, I mean, since they they came, training has been good in terms of the atmosphere here in Kumasi. We've also seen that people are gradually, prepping up the enthusiasm going into the game tomorrow, God willing. What do you see going into tomorrow's game?
Well, a very good approach from the start. Although the first day of training, we didn't get a lot of people around. I mean, as the day goes on, gradually, the fever is catching up with almost everybody. And I think that I like the atmosphere. And one thing that I'm also happy about is about how and the enthusiasm with which the guys are training. It tells you that they are ready to do something for Mother Ghana. And especially the result that Egypt recorded today against Uganda, I'm sure is going to propel the boys to do a lot for the country tomorrow. And I guess that is one thing that's also going to urge a lot of supporters on to come to the stadium tomorrow to come and watch the game. And so we're expecting to see something good for the Black Stars tomorrow. I think the build-up has been good, and I'm sure that it's going to manifest on the way they play tomorrow here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
And you're going to bring us live commentary on Joy FM. What should listeners expect from you?
Yes, indeed. As we usually do, there's going to be live commentary. But tomorrow the game will start at 3:30, but we are building up from 3 p.m. And so we've got a lot of personalities that I'll be talking to about the game, our chances. We'll do the mathematics, the calculations, and find out how close we are or how far we are from qualifying for the 2018 Russia World Cup. But for sure, it's going to be extensive coverage of the game from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And so we entreat all our listeners to keep their dials logged on Love 99.5 FM and on Joy 99.7 and other affiliates across the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Delali Atasi. So they've just wrapped up their last training session ahead of tomorrow's game. And as you can see, the players, as they always do ahead of major games, in singing mood there. Christian Achu, as well as Richard Ofori, Asamoah leading the other players in doing that. So let's quickly speak to Mr. Alex Akume. He's Vice Chairman of the Ghana League Clubs Association, nicely dressed in his Ghana Football Association Puma shirt. You look good.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a national team week, so you have to wear the dress to give them the support. So for them to know that everybody's behind them.
What can we learn from Uganda? Today they were phenomenal. They played very well and they won the game against Egypt.
Yeah, that tells you that they have no menos in Ghana, African football in the world as we speak. We are wishing for that win, and they did it for us. But the pressure is on us now. We need to win tomorrow to boost our chances to overtake two of them.
Scoreline?
We need just a win because we don't need a good scoreline. Will give the morale to go there and beat them too. So we just need a win tomorrow. That's the most important thing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akume. So that was Alex Akume, Vice Chairman of the Ghana League Clubs Association. Let's briefly speak to Mr. Koto Osetutu, right?
Yeah, Osetutu Ajiman.
Okay, Osetutu Ajiman. He is the boss here in terms of the RFA in Ashanti region. So he's the Nyantechi in Kumasi. Thanks so much. You've been monitoring the team since they arrived here in Kumasi. I'm sure you're also confident going into tomorrow's game, especially when Uganda this afternoon defeated Egypt by a goal to 0.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think I've monitored the Black Stars since their arrival in Kumasi last Monday. And to be very honest with you, I think their training sessions has been something that we can write home about. And I would say it's a good news that Uganda have beaten Egypt. So we are all praying fervently that come tomorrow, our gallant Black Stars are going to make us proud by winning against Congo. Yeah.
How many goals are we scoring tomorrow, Gordon?
Obviously, I wouldn't envisage a wide margin, but 2-3 will be okay.
Yeah. Right, okay. Thank you very much, my boss. So briefly, Sadiq Obama works with Atinkat TV. He's also here monitoring everything that is going to happen in tomorrow's game. Sadiq, let's briefly talk about the game involving Uganda and Egypt. What does that do to us going into tomorrow's game?
Actually, I had to listen to some radio stations here in Kumasi, and a couple of them were running commentary indicating how important that game was to Ghana and how important that game was to ginger the morale of the supporters and most especially the players coming into the game. It's actually a morale booster for Ghana because if Egypt had won that game, it would have meant that we had very faint chances of qualifying, or we would have dashed the chances completely. And so winning that game for Uganda was going to boost the morale of the fans into coming to the stadium, and the players also will have some bits of resurgence and urgency to win the game. It has thrown the group wide open, meaning that Black Stars still have an opportunity and a privilege of trying to qualify for the World Cup. There is a chance for the team to qualify right now because of how Uganda has won against Egypt, throwing the group very, very open.
And this obviously put pressure on Ghana, and I've been telling people that we should really watch out, because the fact that Uganda won against Egypt does not mean that it guarantees us a place to qualify for the World Cup, because Uganda themselves can also qualify for the World Cup.
Well, we're looking at it from the position that Ghana sees Egypt more as a threat than Uganda. That is the point, because we feel we can go to Kampala and win a game there. It will be easier than going to Egypt, as at the point we went there and lost. And so most Ghanaians are...
This is the same Ugandan team. Sorry to cut you, but this is the same Ugandan team. You played here in Ghana and drew goalless.
And we know the conditions and situation that we were in when we played Uganda. It's a new Black Stars. There are new faces in the team, faces in terms of physical and faces in terms of the stages that we've gone through. We've gone past the complicated situations that we had. And so I think that most people are happy that Uganda have won, because Uganda looks much more a lesser opposition in terms of qualifying than Egypt. And you can see from the faces of the players that most of them are happy. This was what they were praying for. You listened to Andre Ayew during the interview yesterday, and he was much more particular about what was going to happen in the game, and the players were hoping for a win or draw for Uganda, and this is what has happened. So 7 points for Uganda, 6 for Egypt, 1 for Ghana. Winning tomorrow will still mean that Ghana have chances of qualifying.
Thank you very much. So that's Sadiq Adams, works at Atenka FM and also Atenka TV. So at this point, maybe we will leave you to enjoy the Black Stars. They are in a very singing mood after their last training session. And as Sandy noted, all the players are okay, with the exception of John Boy, who has actually left camp for Turkey to undergo a test on his thigh. And Rafael Dramina is also out. Richmond Boachi Adam is expected to join the team. Lumon has already joined them. He joined them this evening, so he's not part of the players that are singing. Rather, he is going through some exercise on the pitch. And Greengrass Technology are also here. They're also ensuring that they put the pitch in the best shape for tomorrow's game. So everything is set. Maybe if Modestus will let us have a feel of the fans also here. Some fans have also made their way here to support the Black Stars as they wrap up training ahead of tomorrow's game. So there you go. You can see the fans as well in the stands. So it's all about positivity going into the game tomorrow, especially when some of us, together with the players, watched the game against the game involving Uganda and Egypt, and Uganda won by 1-0.
Very much, Benedict Owusu-Dankwa, for bringing us the updates from Kumasi. Fantastic stuff, together with Ibrahim Sanidara and our correspondent in Kumasi, Delali Atiase. In studio, back again, we'll be showing you what the table looks like, but just a reminder, Uganda are top of the group. Do we expect favors from them, or do we carve our own destiny in terms of the Black Stars? George?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult, no matter how we look at it. I don't think Congo are here to play and joke with us
Not at all.
So they're also going to try and play. I understand the point that we see Egypt more as the contenders, that as a team that will give us a lot of trouble if we want to qualify for the World Cup, or let's say the impediment, you know, in our way. But the point is, we also have to look at our history and the record we've had with Uganda, and we know that we've not had it easy in Uganda. I mean, anytime we've played Uganda or in Kampala, it's been difficult. So this is where it comes down to. We need to get our side of the bargain going. We need to win the games. Until that point, we need to win the games until we know we have Egypt coming to Accra when we have just 2 points between Ghana and Egypt, and we have to win that game and qualify. I think this group is so wide open.
It's unbelievable.
And you can make the point about Ghana not being in the right frame of mind for the first 2 games, and we understand administrative issues, Ghana Football Association, politics, you know, sports minister, slashing the bonuses when the boys were not too happy. They were not really at that level. Now there's a new team, new coach. They're starting it all again. It could be a positive, it could be a negative. We have to see what they do against Congo. But this group is nowhere, just nowhere finished yet.
It's not, indeed. So if we can show you what the table looks like, it's Uganda that have 7 points at the moment. Egypt still have 6. Ghana have 1 point. And so if Uganda win tomorrow, they're going to have 4. But Congo are not here to play. In terms of team news, what do we know about Congo? What do we know about Congo? They are coming into this on the back of a very good CHAN qualifier performance. They kicked out Congo DR, their neighbors, and so the Congolese decided that, you know what, if the team that we took to the CHAN qualifiers are this good, we might as well. So they are using a lot of them and bringing them down here as well. What people are thinking is that, well, if it's a CHAN team, then probably they might not have the experience, which is why we expect Kwesi Appiah to be fielding an experienced starting 11, which brings me to the point. What kind of starting 11 would you like to see against Congo?
I really hope players who are on form get the chance once and for all. And if Kwesi Appiah has begun dropping huge names from the Black Stars, I expect him to complete that by ensuring that a player who is not on form does not get a chance in the team, basically. But I know that there are some players who are not on form, but because of the history they've got with the team, if it's not working in the first 20, 15 minutes, he must be a man to get those players out of the team and try to make sure we have a working team. It's as simple as that. You made the point about Congo, and it's interesting. Aside the CHAN effect they have camped, they have stayed together for more, longer than than the Black Stars have. They've got the chemistry. Take the experience away and just try to watch the game they played against Egypt in Brazzaville. Egypt only won that game, and they did win that game by the skin of their teeth. It was so tight for them, and that game could have easily ended in a 1-0 win for Congo or a 1-1 draw for Congo. Egypt were very lucky to run away with a 2-1. So we need to approach this as serious as we are, and if we know that Egypt are the only contenders or the only impediment in our way, let's take each of Congo and Uganda like Egypt anytime we play. And
fantastic. So in terms of the groups, this is what we have, just so you see it in black and white, or in the case of this table in different colors. Uganda up there with 7 points after 3 games. They've gone ahead of Egypt, Ghana in third. When was the last time you saw Ghana in third in a qualifying group like this?
Unbelievable.
It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while.
It's been a while. And Congo. And so those other groups you see, they will also be in action. There are match days. There are 5 match days in all. And we'll be bringing you all the updates. But this is what Group E looks like. Uganda, man, they haven't been to a World Cup before. Yeah. Egypt are chasing a World Cup appearance for the first time since 1990. And Uganda will be in absolute raptures. If any if Kampala that I know is any indication, if I've been there about 4 times. And they also have a holiday weekend like we do because they have a Muslim holiday, the Idul Adha as well. There's going to be a big party in Kampala.
Gary, I like the point, and I like where you're going. If Uganda are looking at this, they have a chance to qualify.
Yeah, they are not going to joke.
Now that's what, because they host Ghana in Kampala. They host Ghana in Kampala. And they're going to be hosting, I think they already hosted Congo. So they have Ghana, they got the 3 points. They can go and get 1 point out there and come back and do it. If you look at us, if we play Congo, we've had 2 home games and just 1 away game. So we've got the travels. We have to go to Brazzaville. We have to go to Kampala. If you look at Egypt, they've got to deal with Uganda now at home. Alexandria, you know. So it's it's an interesting one. I don't know why Uganda will feel they can't qualify for the World Cup. Well, they have what it takes. If they can disturb Ghana and disturb Egypt, they might be good enough to go as well.
Somebody passed a comment yesterday, even as we wrap up, that if you were Ghana and you were 7 points on top of the table, would you really watch the 2 teams behind you come and overtake you? I mean, if it were Ghana by now, we'll be having bonuses increased. We're having all sorts of things to ensure that this World Cup appearance. So essentially, we can say Uganda 2017 as simply Ghana 2006.
Yes, you could say that. Yes.
You remember what we did?
They could make it to the World Cup for the first time.
There was so much support.
But the odds were stuck against us, but we went out there, and I remember that game against South Africa. That was the game that really decided it. So it's good, but I know there are great games to look forward to this weekend as well. I can't wait for that Nigeria-Cameroon game. That's a good game.
Big ones.
And then we'll see Zambia, we'll see Algeria. And the groups are looking really tasty because nothing is really done at this point. And these games this weekend will be absolutely crucial to where this is going.
Okay, can we go through the groups quickly before we call it a show? It's already on the video wall. So we have DR Congo there. There's Tunisia, there's Guinea, and then there's Libya. If we could pull it just so that our viewers can have a look. And then in Group B, we have Nigeria, we have Cameroon, we have Zambia, we have Algeria as well. And then, so we've seen Group A and Group B. Group C, Ivory Coast, Morocco, Gabon, Mali. Group D, Burkina Faso, South Africa, Senegal, Cape Verde. And that is what it looks like in Group E as well. We've been there. George, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Yeah, George will be here at 9 p.m. and that's it from me. I won't be here at 8:20 to do the prime news. Yeah, because I'll be on radio doing the transfer deadline day stuff. George will be here on TV to do the television version at 9 p.m. Please stay with us. In the meantime, head over to myjoyonline.com where every deal is being chronicled. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport.